Hello and welcome to the Brunton podcast series. Today we are looking at a FEFCO award-winning innovation in the form of Kento. Javier, thank you for joining us today. I think really what we'd like to do is, obviously you picked up an award at the FEFCO event in Copenhagen earlier this year, specifically for your Kento Hybrid digital flexo press. Tell us about it. Where did the idea come from?
Hi, Dan. Well, first, thank you for having me. The idea of the hybrid machine is basically trying to offer the corrugated industry a solution that is, let's say, fixing some of the issues that corrugators are facing while printing with high quality, that in our opinion is not solved with the current digital printing solution, single pass digital printing. So we are putting together in the same machine the best of flexo technology and the best of digital single pass technology. Okay, what is easy to do with flexo is solid colors and what you need a lot of ink, and what is very difficult to do with digital is that. Exactly, and you need a lot of ink, and that's basically the main reason why digital is not taking off in the corrugated industry, because the cost of ink is too high. Okay, sometimes it's higher than the cost of paper itself when you're printing high quality. So that's the idea, combining the two technologies and getting the best of both worlds.
And so, we're talking here about the combination of a traditional analog flexo printing machine with a digital print engine in the same machine. Now, obviously there's quite a few OEMs who come to market with digital printing machines that haven't got the experience in the corrugated industry. Tell us about your collaboration partner in this project.
Yeah, so the idea of the hybrid was the result of a kind of eureka moment in our discussions with Rodolfo Celotti. Okay, so I've been working for a few years already in corrugated industry, around 20 years. And I know Rodolfo Chalmac for a long time. So we were talking specifically about why digital was not imposed, let's say, in the corrugated industry. The reason was printing cost, ink cost. Okay, so we thought, well, why not combining both? So Chalmac has been for 40 years in the corrugated industry. I know a little bit about the market and about the processes in corrugated packaging. So at that moment, like 1.5 years, more or less ago, so we decided, okay, let's go, let's try to do it. And well, now we see the results.
And Javier, it would be fair to say that most traditional box makers, if they look at this machine, it would look quite familiar in that it's built on a robust platform. It's a very heavy-duty engineered piece of equipment. So tell us about some of the that sort of 18 months development period for this machine.
Yeah, so the idea, as you said, Dan, was to build a heavy-duty machine, okay, as any other analog printers in the market. So we just follow the principles of Chalmac. So actually, all the analog part of the machine has been developed together, but with Chalmac technology. They built the machine in Italy in their facilities, and they ship everything here. And we build from scratch our digital engine, okay, but following the same guidelines of reliability and robustness. So the machine looks like a normal machine for our industry. So, and on top of that, we decided to have the printing format is a normal printing format, okay? So 2.1 meters cross printing direction, 1.3 meters printing direction. So it's the master cut, flatbed die cutting standard, no? So that was the idea, to build a machine that can be compared equal to equal with flexo, high quality flexo printers.
And obviously, you're based in Valencia in Spain. You've said there that you're effectively assembling and putting this machine together there. Obviously, your PR and your publicity has shown some nice pictures of this machine in your facility. So where are we at? Is that machine about to go into production at a box plant yet?
Yes. So this is news because we just signed the agreement for the sale of the first machine that will be installed in Spain. I cannot disclose yet the name of the buyer, but yes, this is the first step. We are not in a hurry, so we want to install the machine in a corrugated box factory, test the machine for a few months, and then during next year, basically second half of next year, starting producing more and selling more units in Europe. Yeah.
And so you mentioned Europe there. Obviously, your primary markets would be which ones? Which countries within Europe?
Yeah, we have some markets that we believe are very interesting for our machine at this point. Obviously Spain, okay, because we are from here. There is a lot of interest in digital, but I would say we are targeting Poland, the UK, Italy, France as main targets for next year. So ideally, we would like to have one machine in each of these markets in Europe, and then start thinking by the end of next year and in North America. That is also a huge market for us.
And one of the product lines that Chelmac has, obviously the Chroma, their printing machine, they're quite well known for putting those in line with a flatbed die cutter, irrespective of the manufacturer. What is the operating speeds for the Kento? So in other words, have you got the prospect of actually then feeding it straight into a flatbed die cutter as well?
Yes, we have a very interesting prospect in Italy that is considering that specifically that. So we have the format, the ideal format. The capacity, the printing speed is very similar to a flexo, normally flexo high quality printing machine. So yeah, this is a logical next step, let's say. Yeah.
And very interesting, because on your left-hand shoulder, just behind you, we can actually see two boxes just here. So just give us a little bit more of an explanation as to how a job would be designed, for the ultimate production on this hybrid machine.
Yeah, it's very simple, but it looks simple. It's an easy idea. It's difficult to execute, okay, but as many ideas. No? So the machine basically prints first with flexo. We could print one or more colors because the system is totally modular. But the first machine is only one flexo color. So we will print that, okay, the box in the right. And on top of that, we are printing, just filling the blanks with digital. We have a patented system to register, okay, between flexo, and that's one of the most complicated features of the machine, to register perfectly between flexo and digital. And on top of that, we have a artificial vision camera to confirm, to check that register is always perfect.
And what about the ink types, Javier? Are we talking water-based ink here, or are we talking UV for the digital?
For the digital, we are talking UV. We believe that today the only robust technology for corrugated application, it's UV printing. We have an open system, so we don't sell inks. We just certify different ink makers. And the only condition that we ask to any ink manufacturer is that UV inks must be food compliant, so Nestlé and Swiss ordinance compliant.
And I guess one question that will probably come from the converters, because a lot of box plants have expressed an interest in digital. Some have taken the plunge already. This appears to be like the perfect crossover between the volume printing that you get from flexo, but also the digitized area. So obviously it still needs somebody to understand digital workflows. So how are you going to help address that with those customers? Because traditionally, corrugated box plant, they will ship out their plate manufacturer, they take the file, they send it off to a plate house, they then get their flexo stereos back. It's a slightly different work mix now. So how are you going to be educating those customers on this sort of hybrid transition?
Yeah, so obviously flexo printing, our customers know more than us about that, no? Digital printing, as you said, you need some notions of color management. The machine, the printer comes with a RIP, with a color management software that is included, and we offer training to our customers. It's not really too complicated. So everybody in a design office in a box plant, they know about color, obviously. Okay, even if they are plate manufacturer, do color management, but they have the basic notion. So what we offer with the machine is a training to understand what is color management and to use the software that comes with the machine.
And are you also then working with these customers? Because obviously you've got to think about the design of the image that's going to be printed on the box. So what tools do you have in place that enables you to sit with the design department and say, well, this is the perfect balance, the combination that gives us the cheaper flexo printing versus the more expensive digitized part? So how do you address that?
So the main concept is when you are printing these kind of boxes that you see behind me, that is very, usual type of printing for corrugated. 80% of the ink is background solids. Okay, so the customer very easily detects what is needed to be done. Okay, regarding what is going to be flexo, what is going to be digital. So it's obvious. It's very simple. Of course, we will help the customer, but I think they don't need. It's very easy to understand the concept. So this black box with the bottles, yeah, to print the full box with the black solid color, you need more than 10 grams of digital ink. If you do it with a traditional single pass digital printing, when you transform that to hybrid, the quantity of digital ink, that is the costly ink, goes to 1-2 grams. So it's as simple as that.
Well, Javier, thank you so much indeed for joining me today on this podcast. I think it's fascinating to see the evolution of the hybrid model. As you rightly say, maybe this blend of the cheaper flexo inks with the slightly more expensive digital inks, designed correctly, will be the ultimate solution. But we wish you all the best with it, and we look forward to hearing from you early in the new year with hopefully who that customer is.
Thank you, Dan. See you soon.